Hey guys, welcome back to the Like Minded Podcast.
Welcome back, yo. Yo, we coming off of amazing resurrection weekend, Easter weekend, however you celebrate it. Because he got up.
Hey.
He got up.
Hey.
Amen. I ain't able to contain myself all week. All week.
Yeah.
Literally, I did a Bible plan, and it was like going from literally when Jesus was like going through the city and he was healing folks, and then he told him to destroy the temple. In 3 days he's gonna raise it up, and I could not contain myself. It was 5 a.m. and I was losing it.
I'm telling you,
losing it.
And on Friday, on Good Friday, my husband had us and the kids watch a doctor's report, medical report of the of what he endured. You know, and oh my gosh, I'm just sitting over there.
And why was the people on TikTok playing clips of the Passion of Christ?
No, I didn't see any of those. I saw the Easter jokes.
I saw it once. I don't need to see it again.
Thank you.
I don't
think I finished it.
No, I was cool till they started beating on Jesus.
Yeah, I can't take that. I don't listen. I get enough visuals from reading alone.
Yeah.
Don't show me. I wasn't there for a reason. I can't do it.
I don't want to be.
I can't stomach it.
I can't. What was that? He's here.
It was a
But no, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 4.
Oh, we're moving right along.
Moving on up. This is episode 4. This episode I have literally been excited about since we talked. Yeah, we were on FaceTime for like 2 hours last night.
Yeah.
Didn't do a lick of what we were supposed to do.
We talked about the podcast for about 30 minutes.
Literally. But we had an original episode that we wanted to record, and then we just started getting into certain topics, and the topic of motherhood and the call and want to be a mother and being parents in general came up, and we got deep. So I'm gonna try not to cry, because I don't usually talk about this publicly,
and it's okay if you do.
But you know what? Because I'm gonna have my way.
It's okay. We can hold hands. It's okay. It's okay.
But those topics came up last night, and we were like, this would be so great to talk about and really give you an insight to get to know us. Yeah. You know, we're gonna tell our business.
A little bit
of our business. Because you are a mom.
Yeah.
And you have 3 beautiful girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got toddlers and teenagers. God just didn't give you nothing in between, did he?
Okay.
You got...
I just need a little 10-year-old or something.
I'm saying a middle schooler would have definitely evened that on out.
Yeah, I have no bridge.
Nothing.
I have no bridge.
But you have 3, and you have... How old are your girls?
My girls are... Hold on, guys. 17, almost 16, and 2.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, guys, I know I look young. So, so I am a bio mom, an adoptive mom, and a foster mom.
That is so dope.
So, yes.
You got, like, the best of all the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and your girls are amazing.
It's a journey. They are.
They are funny.
Hilarious. Do you hear me? Like, genuinely comedians.
When I came over, and they're like, where's my father?
And won't play about him.
Where's my father?
And won't play about him.
Where is he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are hilarious, but you have 3. How is that?
Okay. I don't know.
You don't know what you're doing?
It changes every day.
Yeah.
Because I started with 1. We had Soraya first. And then we started fostering, and the now 17-year-old came, and then the almost 16-year-old came shortly after. And it was just like, it felt like we went from 1 to 3 immediately.
Yeah.
But they fit so perfecly.
Yeah.
That's why adoption was easy, because that's my girl. And that's why, even though my almost 16-year-old is still a foster child, she is my girl. Yeah. That's my girl. And every day is a journey. Not every day is easy. And this might have to be another 3rd episode, but guys, parenting does impact marriage. But once you have an understanding of, the foundation of your marriage, then it's easy to dive into, now how are we as parents, and how are we as parents together? Yeah. But it's a journey because they're always growing. They don't just stop growing at this 2-year-old mark. Soraya, we're like, oh my goodness, every day she's different. But it's the same thing for the 15 and 17-year-old. I'm like, oh, so this is a new interest. Oh, so this is how you feel about this now. When did that change?
Because Makai's gonna be 18.
Makai's about to be 18,
and she's gonna graduate. She'll be grown. Yeah,
but she don't want to go anywhere. She said, what do you mean? When I move out, what are you talking about?
Well, baby, you got to go sometime.
We
love you.
She's like, what do I have to do to stay?
Yeah. Did you and Royce set out to like foster?
Pretty much.
Your marriage? Okay.
So Royce's family, they're all of them foster, especially his mom and his sister. So it's something he's always been interested in. You have to be at least 25, at least for the agency that we're with. Okay. So it's something he always wanted to do. I didn't know that it was even an option. Like I knew about foster homes and things like that, but I never knew that it was just like any normal person can be a foster parent. Yeah. Right. So when I met him and he was like, just so you know, this is something I want to do. When I turn 25 or whenever I get to that point in life, I want to be a foster parent. I'm like, I'm so for that.
That's so sweet. Like literally seeing you guys foster and then adopt. And you really don't see people taking other people's children like that and then like really treat them and make them their own. So it was just like, oh, like it just. And then when I saw that you guys had adopted, I was like, so I was just, it just made my heart just all fuzzy because I was like, I had no idea they were doing, even thinking about doing that. But just more so like she went from foster and then became your daughter, but that's like amazing. Amazing.
And I don't know, when I think about it, it's like at 16-year-old me, I wouldn't have thought this is where, like, I knew that I was going to be a mom, but I didn't know that I was going to pretty much check every box of the kind of mom, and I wouldn't have it any other way at all. So when he first, because I always knew that I would grow up and open my house in some way or serve in some way, because my dad used to always say, we're in a family business of service. That's our family business. So I always knew I was going to do something. But when he introduced that, I was like, oh, like,
that's the perfect
no-brainer. Yeah, absolutely. We might be done after these. It's a lot, only because it's a lot. Like I would love to still have, like, the in and out so that they have a place to be, and a place to lay their heads and a place to feel, But I don't want 6 children.
Well,
if I'm being honest,
no, that's
it's whatever, like whatever God says so, because He will make sure we're good. But I just never really wanted that many.
Yeah, that's a real big family.
It's a big
lot
family.
Of responsibility.
It's a big family. But
if we'll take it.
We'll take it. Like I wouldn't be upset about it. I just know, man makes plans and God laughs, right? So
cackles.
There's no telling.
Cackles.
Because as soon as you say it out loud, he's like, oh.
Okay.
That'll be a nice joke.
You mentioned, like, you've always known you wanted to be a mother. Like, how was that for you? Because I know how it was for me. So how was that for you? To always know that I wanted to be a mother? And then have no weight on it?
Oh, we're getting into my business.
Go ahead. Tell
All right, guys, listen. I didn't preface my husband on this.
I didn't tell mom either.
All right, so sorry for the business. Okay, so my husband and I got married. We always knew we wanted to have kids. Always knew. But we didn't really discuss when we would start wanting kids and trying to have children. And after we got married, a few months passed, not that many months, and that maternal instinct
just hit
me real hard. And that's all I could think about. I was like, I want a baby. And it wasn't a discussion. It wasn't like, hey, are we gonna try?
Yeah.
No, it was just like, I just anticipated it every month, and it didn't happen. And then one day it was not even one day. Obviously, hurts, it just does. One day I just realized it kind of hurt a little bit too much. And I was in the bathroom just.
Jesus always seems to get you in the bathroom.
Every time. Especially when I was a teen. I used to be laid out on the floor.
That's your quiet place.
I was so glad my mama used to clean the floor every day because I used to be laid out on. That's my quiet place.
That's your quiet place? So, the secret place.
And that's when he knows to get me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was boo-hooing. And I was like, God, all right, this is hurting a lot. So if you don't mind, I need you to do me a favor. If it's okay. Either if it's coming soon, just allow me, like, help me be patient. Give me the patience. Ease down the hurt and the pain behind it and just give me the patience to wait. If it's not coming soon, take away the desire, please. Just go ahead and take that away. And then you can place it back in me when you know it's close. But right now, I can't really stomach the pain of,
it hurts too much.
Yeah, it hurts too much. The uncertainty hurts too much. I just need you to just help me out. And the desire never went away. And I ended up telling my husband, like, that same day I went on and told him, I was like, I know we haven't talked about this. But I do want you to know that I am hurting. Yeah. And I told him what prayer I had just given God. So I was like, so if you see me just suddenly not wanting anymore, just know that it's not coming for a while, you know.
Did it affect you all, like, anyway, like, going month after month, trying and it not happening, and then, you know, because sometimes it can take the fun out of intimacy and being with your spouse, and it, you know.
I think for him it was always like, I noticed something was off with you, because it wasn't a mutual thing, because we hadn't talked about it.
One-on-one accord with that.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about it, so he didn't even know that I was silently just like suffering about it. Yeah, just, you know,
he going on by his life. Because he's not thinking, but he ain't married though.
So that was the first day I really just told him, this is something I feel. And I think the only reason I hadn't told him is because I knew that whenever he was actually ready for a child, he was going to tell me, and he hadn't. So I was like, I don't want to rain on his parade and be like, I want a baby, and, you know. And
do you feel like that's why it wasn't happening? Because you guys weren't on, like, one accord with it, as far as talking about it, him saying I'm ready and we're ready together to do it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think, like, once I actually had a moment to get past my womanly emotions,
it kind of,
I was like, I wouldn't want one before he wanted it anyway. I know that, you know. And that's what I had said during the conversation, where I was like, and plus I said, this is just me, a personal desire. I know I don't want a child until you want one. I know I don't, because it'll take the fun out of it. Because then I'm over here happy pregnant. He's over here, I'm not even ready, you know.
Yeah, but you just got married. Exactly. Like, you want to just enjoy it and all those things. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, but he was ready a month later, so I just had to wait. He told me one thing. He's like, okay, you know.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but still more months passed, but the desire never left, but I was okay. Like, I wasn't sad every month. I was fine. And I was just waiting. And then, maybe like almost 6 months later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, ma'am. Don't cry.
I'm not. I'm good right now.
Because while I am living it, someone is waiting.
They are.
Okay?
They are.
And we want to hear from her.
Yeah. Okay. We have similar stories as far as the wanting for it. I've always wanted to be a mother. Doggone.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I've always wanted to be a mom.
Yeah.
And the desire for it only heightened once I got married, because I knew, like, I have a husband, a great husband, and, you know, naturally you want to create with that person.
Yeah.
But I came to realize that it doesn't happen as quickly for others,
right,
as it does for some.
Right.
And that's okay. But I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 20. If you don't know what PCOS is, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. It affects 1 in 10 women, and it's a genetic hormonal imbalance. And y'all, PCOS is ghetto. It is ghetto. The amount of turmoil my body has gone through is unreal. But I'm okay, you know. But I got diagnosed when I was 20, And it just, I asked, that was the first thing I asked in the doctor's office, and am I going to be able to be a mom? Am I going to be able to get pregnant? And a black woman looked me in my face and told me no. I wouldn't be able to do it.
She said no flat out?
She said, no, it's just not in the cards for you, sorry.
Whoa.
And the first thing they did was give me birth control. Ruined me. That stuff ain't made for us, y'all.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's a learning lesson, though. Yeah. It really is. It's a learning lesson. I wouldn't trade anything about what I've been through, because it has literally built thick skin. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to be a mom, and when we first got married, it caused a lot of arguments. Yeah. Because we were not on one accord with that. Caleb was like, I want children, just not right now. We just got married. Let's enjoy each other. Let's do things. And back then, I wasn't mature enough to understand that. Mm-hmm. All I heard was, you don't want to have a baby with me? I'm your wife. Like, that's what we supposed to do. Right. Like, we don't wait all this time. That's what we supposed to do. We were together for 4 years before we got married. And looking back on it, I'm like, girl, you sounded so dumb. Like, why were you yelling at that man like that?
Be emotional.
Just being emotional. And now that I'm able to take the emotion out of it and really look at it, I'm grateful for him putting his foot down and being like, no. Yeah. Not like, we're not even going to try to do that right now, because had I known everything that was going to transpire in the last 3 years, I wouldn't have put a kid through that. Right. I realized I didn't want a kid because, of course, my head has changed now, but I didn't want a kid because that was genuinely what I wanted. I wanted a kid because somebody told me I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. And that's why. So I'm like, man, I wouldn't even be half of, the kind of mother I know I could be now. Yeah. If I had a kid back then. But it was really hard. And going through the motions, and I think the part that hurt the most was the comments. The when? What's wrong with her? Mm-hmm. She can't conceive. She broke.
Stop singing.
Yeah. And it was like, I'm gonna take my glasses off because I'm probably gonna cry.
It's okay.
And it was so, people that you would think would be the closest to you that would say those things. I would never forget sitting on the phone with somebody who I'm extremely close to, talk to them all the time. They said to me, well, we gotta even see if you can have a baby.
While you were trying to openly talk about your future child.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they'll probably know who I'm talking about when they watch the podcast back, but I don't think they know how much that affected me.
Just believe with me.
Yeah, like, if you're my friend,
believe with me,
have faith with me. But I also realized their faith isn't mine.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't know Jesus like we do.
Okay, well then that's different.
But yeah, just, I think that was just the hardest part. And then at that time in our marriage, it seemed like everybody was getting pregnant. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, guys.
Yeah.
And it was really hard. And it was hard to show up in spaces for my friends. Like, love my friends, genuinely excited for my friends. It was really hard to show up in spaces. And I was so broken. Yeah. By that I was told I couldn't do that. So yeah. That's where we are. Fast forward 3 years later, I'm thankful that I still have the desire wholeheartedly to be a mother.
Absolutely.
But the pain that I felt every day of month after month after month after month of taking pregnancy tests. Y'all, those negative pregnancy tests are discouraging. They're so discouraging. Yeah. And I just got to the point where I was depressed. Mm-hmm. I was picking fights with my husband. Sex wasn't even fun anymore. Like, it just, and I was like, I can't live my life like this. Yeah. And I was like, God, just please. Like, and I just kept saying, it is well. It is well. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay. If it does, wonderful. if I'm a mom at 25, 26, great. If I'm not a mom till 35, even better. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean,
but it's coming though.
It is, and that's the part that gets me. That is the part that gets me.
Yes, it's coming.
It's like you see it, and it's so close because God has already shown you.
Yeah.
But it's like that waiting period, and I be getting pissed.
Yeah.
And I have to really check myself. Because I'll be like, you gonna keep giving me dreams, you gonna keep giving me signs, you gonna keep sending people to prophesy to me, and you ain't gonna give it to me yet.
Yeah.
That be making me mad.
But what would make you matter? Like, what if there was no certainty? What if he gave you nothing?
And that's what I have to remember. Like, there's still hope.
Because if he gave you nothing, then you would be sitting every day wondering if it's happening. At least, at least we know that it's coming. You know? And I guess it's just those small pockets of certainty that's like, oh, here's another month. But okay.
Another month of this, another month of, and then because of the PCOS, like, again, my body goes through so much.
Yeah.
And so at one point I was like considering a hysterectomy.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
What thought made you retract that?
The Lord convicts me a lot. When I'm out of order, and literally I had made an appointment and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to my doctor about it, and literally when I got to the appointment, God wouldn't even let the words come out of my mouth. Like, he wouldn't even let me say anything, and I was like, okay, I'll wait.
Don't you hate when he grabbed your tongue when you're right there ready to talk?
Man.
But yeah.
But that's what made me do it, and I was like, okay. And then now, being in this portion of our lives, new home, new businesses, new things taking off, we are now, me and my husband are now on one accord about wanting to start a family and wanting to have that. And we are, to some people, they're like, why would you be trying to have a baby right now? Like, things are changing, stuff is not where it needs to be all the time. But I'm not really worried about that because I know who I serve.
Thank you. Our timing is not his.
Yeah, our timing is not his. Nothing about this has been my timing. Because if it was my timing, I would be at a 9-to-5 right now. Yeah, I'd be at 9-to-5. I would not be doing this. But yeah, I think the promise of knowing
absolutely
that it's on the way and I'm good, and I also have had to really tell people, like, you don't have to tiptoe around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, one of my friends, my really good friends, almost like a sister, has beautiful babies.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. And then there were people who were like, she's jealous of you. You have kids and she doesn't. I'm like, where did y'all get that?
It is possible to wait and be happy for someone else at the same time.
And still show up.
Exactly.
You can still be hurting for yourself.
Right. And
still be happy for your friends.
Right. Because the same way that, you're waiting, they have received a blessing that it is okay for us to rejoice in. The same way, once you receive yours, you want to see people rejoicing for you, whether they're waiting or already past that mark,
Because you never know what somebody else had to go through to get there.
Exactly.
And
whether it was 6 months or 6 years, we still waited.
Yeah.
We're still in this.
And you gotta, and I always say this, you have to learn how to rejoice with people even when it's not your turn.
Thank you.
Because if he's blessing them, that means he's in the neighborhood.
Okay.
That's what that means.
This just crossed my mind. When you're sitting in a restaurant and you ordered your food and you saw somebody else order their food and you see their food come out, you like, where's my food?
Right.
Where's my food? And and I was definitely that person. This is a very small but big example where it's like, I literally, the last 2 times it happened, my brain was like, oh, I'm so glad they get to eat.
Right.
Instead of, where's mine?
Exactly.
Where's mine? I'm like, oh, theirs looks good, because it started as, that looks so good. What did they get? And then it was like, I wonder when's the last time they ate. I know they were so hungry. That's probably so good. And that's how I try to think of bigger things, like
Just being patient.
Just be patient. Like your time is coming.
And it's going to be better.
Okay?
It's going to be better.
It's going to feel so good.
And there's no rush. There's no rush.
Yeah.
I have to tell myself that a lot. There is no rush. There is no rush. Where am I going?
Baby, you are so close, though.
I know. And that, you know what, though? I literally, and I'm going to tell this, I've never told this before.
Oh, you can say it on the pod, okay.
I had a dream.
Ooh.
So my grandfather, God rest his soul, the Eugene Jesse Stevenson, passed away 9 years ago. It'll be 9 years in July. And I literally dream about him all the time.
Yeah.
This particular dream, I had a dream, and we were in this house. And it was almost like he wasn't dead. He was alive. Like, you know, living and breathing. We were at a family function. And he is holding this kid in his hand. And the dreams are so weird. If pan to the baby, y'all, why was it a little boy that looked just like my mama when she was a baby? And I woke up and I was like, Lord, don't play with me like this. I said, don't play with me like this. And literally, I was like, okay, God. Like, that was my last, like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I surrender. I'm, whenever. And I know it's going to catch me so off guard when it does happen. But I'm good, though. I'm good now. Yeah.
That'll be the first to say congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you for congratulations on yours.
Can we focus?
On yours.
Congratulations.
On you, too.
Guys,
because we're going to do this together. I don't want to be pregnant by myself.
Bye, Senor.
Hi, Sarah. Hey, girl.
Yeah, this is going to be a part 2.
This is definitely going to have to be a part 2, guys.
See, you play too much.
What? The same way the Lord comes to you concerning me, he comes to me concerning you. And I'm not going to be pregnant by myself. So, Royce, do what you need to do.
Y'all pray for him along the way.
My God.
Because right now, 3 girls, bless his heart, he's so outnumbered.
Lord, he just need one.
Just one?
Just one.
Just somebody take out the trash.
Lord Jesus. But anyway, guys, so come back here next Friday for part 2 of this conversation. This is a good one. We don't want to stop it here. This is a really good one. So we're gonna meet you guys back here at 12 p.m. What time do we be up?
It's usually around 12 p.m.
Between 12 p.m.
It depends, guys. I slack a little bit. 12 p.m.
Oh, you know what we didn't do?
What we didn't do?
We did not pray.
I know we didn't, but
Lord.
you were on the road.
I was. That's all right. I'm sorry, God. But y'all meet us back here for part 2. We love y'all so much. And be on the lookout for clips. You can follow us at the Like-Minded Podcast _official on all platforms and on YouTube. Guys, we're trying to get monetized on YouTube. So y'all please keep subscribing, keep liking, turn on those post notifications. And we love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week, guys.
Later.
Period.